Good morning, dear students. Today we are going to learn literature course book, the first lesson of Unit 2. It's about a true story about ladybugs. It is an extract of paragraphs or lesson taken from about Rachel Carson for Little Atkin Friends. So now, who is this Rachel Carson? Before I start this lesson, I will tell you a bit about her. Rachel Louise Carson was an American marine biologist, author, and conservationist whose books Silent Spring and other writings are credited with advancing the global environmental movement. Rachel Carson was a meteorologist who used to write books for the U.S. and Wildlife Service. As he was the good writer, her boss encouraged her to write more books. She wrote books and became famous. She sparked a movement and was a pioneer and was the environmental movement. So now, as she became famous, she has written many books. So let's read on to find out. Once there was a grandmother who liked asparagus. It may seem silly, but she really loved it. She wanted lots and lots of it for breakfast with her eggs. She wanted it on toast with cheese for her lunch, and she wanted it with a special lemon sauce on it at dinner time. Now, asparagus is very expensive, so she decided to plant some in her front yard so she could have as much as she wanted. In this paragraph, once there was a grandmother who liked asparagus. She really loved it. It may seem silly, but she wanted to have it most of the time. It for breakfast with her eggs, on toast with cheese for her lunch. She wanted with a special lemon sauce at dinner time too. Now, see, asparagus is very expensive. So let us see what happened in the next paragraph. When you plant asparagus, you have to let it grow and get strong for 2 years before you can cut any of the green shoots. So she waited impatiently for 2 years to harvest her very own asparagus shoots. The third year, when the young shoots came up, she had a nasty surprise. Some asparagus beetles came along at the same time. They had green wings covered with black spots. Their little eggs pointed out from the stems. Soon the eggs hatched and black larvae moved slowly over all the new shoots, eating the surfaces of the stems. They munch up every tasty little shoot. So here, what happened? The nasty surprise. That was the horrible surprise she had to face was there where she was planted those asparagus plants. There were beetles started eating the young stems of asparagus. And that's why she got very angry. This grandmother did not believe in using pesticides to solve the garden problems. Grandmother knew that somewhere it may be in nature there might be a creature who would want to eat these asparagus beetles. Her friend in the organic farm told her that ladybugs might want to munch these asparagus beetles, and the larvae thought what she could plan to get ladybugs come into her garden. So, in the first paragraph of page number 30, a true story of ladybugs. In the first paragraph, we learned that grandmother, she loved asparagus a lot. It is quite silly, that is quite foolish, that she likes the vegetables, but she wanted to have all the time or most of the time in a breakfast, that is in her lunch, even during in her dinner time too. So, as it is very expensive, she decided to plant some in front of her front yard. And so that she can eat as much as possible. But when we have to plant this, we have to wait for some times for it to harvest. That is the ripening of the plant so that the stem can be eaten as vegetable. So have to wait for some times, and she waited impatiently for it to harvest. And then after the 2 years or 3rd year, when the young shoots came up along with it, came the beetles at the same time. They have green wings and black spots on it. So now the little eggs, they were on the stems, the main of the plant. Soon the eggs hatched, and there were lots of them. Black larvae moves slowly over all the young shoots. They were eating the surfaces of the stems and letters almost. They munch upon every tasty shoots. So, students, here is a short video for you which will help you to understand more about ladybugs. So dear students, I hope that you have understood well by seeing this video. So we will continue in the next class.